Hello everyone and welcome back to the Silent Defender. In the last video, we learned how to work with files and CSVs. But today, we are stepping into something you will see everywhere in the real world. JSON, JavaScript Object Notation. If you haven't seen it before, it looks something like this. Feel free to read it about later. In short, it looks almost like a Python dictionary, but JSON is just a string, unlike dictionary, which is an object and can be manipulated. If you have ever worked with APIs, logs, or configuration files, you have already seen JSON. Today, we will learn how to read it, write it, and manipulate it in Python. So before moving forward, let's create a separate branch for our tutorial. Let's name it JSON. As you can see, we are in the JSON branch and everything is okay, wrong command, and everything is clean. So here, let's create a new directory for file handling JSON, and inside that, create a new file by the name of tutorial.py. Now let's talk about when we already have JSON string in the script. For example, let's say we have a variable by the name of JSON string and it contains this. Now if you check what is the type of this variable, okay, my bad. If you check what is the type of this variable, you can see this is a string, and since this is a string, we can't do something like JSON string, and if we want to know the age, we can't do certain manipulations. So hence we have the function json.loads. It converts a JSON string into a Python dictionary. Loads means load string. Convert a string to a Python dictionary. So let's try it out. First, let's import JSON, and now let's do data is equal to json.loads, and inside this let's pass this JSON string. Now let's print data and also the type of this data. Here you can see we can successfully print this, and also the type is now dictionary, which means if you want to do something like data of age, you can certainly do it, 25. Next we have json.dumps. This is the exact opposite. This one converts a Python dictionary into a JSON string. Let's use the same example as above. So here, let's do it new JSON is equal to json.dumps, and inside this let's pass the data. Then let's do print data and then print type of this new JSON. Similarly, new JSON. And let's remove the, okay, let's keep it. So as you can see, the first we converted our string into a dictionary. This is a class dictionary. And then we converted it back into a new variable, new JSON, which is a string, into a string. Now to make it appear better, you can pass an argument which is indent is equal to 4, and if you run it now, the output, which is a string, which is a JSON format, is cleaner and more readable. Now let's move to files, and this is where things get real. First we have is json.load. json.load reads a JSON file and converts the contents to Python dictionary. Let's understand this with an example. So let's create a new file here, data.json, and inside this let's put some mock data, which is this. And now let's save it and go back to our main code. Now inside this Let's uncomment the import JSON line and write rest of our code. So like we did previously, to open a file, we will do with open, and inside that give the relative path of this file. Also escape this as f, and data is equal to json.load f, and let's print data and print type of this data. Let's run it. So as expected, you can see we are able to print the output which we stored in that file, and this has been converted into a dictionary. So this works perfectly fine. The next function we have is json.dump. It takes a Python dictionary and write it directly into a JSON file. Let's do a similar example. In this case, we already have a dictionary, which is this one, inside the data. So let's write it to some different file. So let's do with open and create a new file inside the same directory. Let's name it new data.json, and let's give it mode of write as f, and let's do json.dump. Now what is the data we want to dump? What is the file? And to make it more readable, let's do indent equal to 4, and let's run it. So it ran successfully. Now if you go to our new data.json file, you can see the output is cleaner and much more readable, and it is in a JSON format. So here is a quick comparison between these 4 functions. Now let's test your understanding. Here is a mini challenge for you. So you are given a JSON file. So you can create a new JSON file and save these contents inside it, or create some mock data. And your task is to read this JSON file, find the student with the highest score, and save the topper into a new JSON file. So now you can work with JSON in memory, work with JSON in files, and convert between formats. And this is exactly how APIs and logs are handled in real systems. In the next video, we will start working with real-world data sources like APIs, and this is where things get really interesting. Until then, like, share, and subscribe to secure your feed, and I'll see you in the next one. Keep defending.